Hi guys, welcome back to another English lesson. This is Mansi. Non-native speakers mispronounce by the dozen every day. Even fluent speakers too. Even those working in high-paying white-collar jobs too. Why have they been repeating these mistakes for years? Even though mastering pronunciation is not that difficult. The answer maybe lies in this question. Will they take corrective steps when they don't even know they are mispronouncing? So in this video lecture, we will be learning the correct pronunciation of more than 100 commonly mispronounced words in English. Now, in some of the pronunciations that we will be doing today, you will be off by just tiny bit, and that's enough of a mistake. And therefore, you will have to look at the pronunciations carefully to spot the mistake you've been making. To give an example, the correct pronunciation of the word refrigerator, that is refrigerator, is refrigerator. It's refrigerator. However, almost everyone calls it refrigerator, right? But the correct pronunciation of this word is refrigerator, not re. So did you catch re vs re? Right? So let's begin with our words today. The first word that we have here is, a lot of people will pronounce this word as acoustic, or maybe acoustic, something like this. But the correct pronunciation of the word is acoustic. Acoustic. So it's ku. So there is ku. Acoustic. Acoustic. Yeah. Now let's look at another word. Now, how do we pronounce this? Adjective, or adjective, something like this. But that's wrong. The correct pronunciation here is adjective. So you put adjective, adjective. Okay. Now, let's look at another word. We have this now. A lot of people will pronounce this word as adolescent. But it is adolescent. So you put adolescent. So it's not adolescent, adolescent. Okay. Then the next word is this. So most of us pronounce it as alcohol, but it is al. You say al first, k, then hal. Alcohol. Right? So instead of saying alcohol or something like that, it's the correct pronunciation to the word is alcohol. Then the next word that we have here is this. So a lot of people pronounce it as Alzheimer's or something like this, but it is Alzheimer's. 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 So it's MERS. You put MERS in the end. Alzheimer's. Instead of saying Alzheimer or something like that, Alzheimer's. MERS. Z. Okay, Alzheimer's. Then the next word that we have here is this. So instead of saying ambitious, it's going to be ambitious. 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 Us. Ambitious. Then the next word is this. So instead of saying April, it's April. April. So A. So you put A. April. Yeah. Then let's look at the next word. Next word is this. So instead of saying arithmetic, please pronounce it like arithmetic. Arithmetic. So don't say a or ma. So it's not arithmetic. So you say first. So you say tick arithmetic. Yeah. Now this is a very commonly mispronounced word. A lot of people pronounce it as asthma or asthma, but it's asthma. So you say asthma. Yeah. Now let's look at the next word. We have this. So a lot of people will pronounce it like attorney. Yeah, but it is attorney. So you say, instead of saying attorney, you say attorney. Yeah. Now the next word that we have here is this. So a lot of people will pronounce it like automobile, but it is automobile. So you say beel, not bile. Okay, automobile, right? Automobile. Yeah. Now let's look at another word. So a lot of us will pronounce this word as ballot, but it's ballet. So you say ballet, right? Okay. Now the next word that we have here is this. So a lot of us will pronounce it as banana or banana, right? So but it is banana. So you say banana, right? Now next is this. A lot of us will pronounce it as barley, but it is in fact barley. So it is barley. barley, barley, right? Then the next word that we have here is this, right? So a lot of us will pronounce it as barometer, right? But in fact it is barometer, baro. So you say ba, not ba, baro, meter, barometer, barometer, right? Okay, then the next word that we have here is this. So instead of saying beer, it's bear, 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 right? Then the next word is this. So here we see B is silent, right? So instead of saying bomb, just say bomb, 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 right? Now moving on, this is again a very commonly mispronounced word. We say breakfast or breakfast, but it is pronounced as breakfast. So you say breakfast and then first, breakfast. So first, in fact, I would say breakfast, F-U-H-S-T. So now give it a h sound in between. Breakfast, breakfast, breakfast. Now the next word is this, again a very commonly mispronounced word. A lot of people pronounce it as buffet or buffet or something like this, but the correct pronunciation is buffet, or sorry, buffet, buffet, so you say but first, buffet, buffet, Alright, now the next word that we have here is this. So a lot of people will pronounce it as cache or cache, cache or something like this, but in fact it is cash. So you just say cash, 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 right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do we pronounce this? Cadet, cadet, no, but it is cadet, cadet. So you say ka first, ka date, cadet, cadet, yeah. Then the next word that we have here is this, yeah. So how do we pronounce this word? Capacity, yeah, but in fact it is capacity. So instead of saying capacity, you say ka, capacity, 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 yeah. Now the next word that we have is this. So a lot of us pronounce it as carnivorous or carnivorous or carnivore or something like this, but in fact it is carnivorous. So you say car first, car. So you say carnivorous, 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 yeah. Now next word is this. A lot of us pronounce this word as chaos, chaos or something like this, but this is in fact chaos. So you say K first, K, yes, chaos, 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 chaos. Yeah. Now, the next word that we have is this. So, how do we pronounce this? Civil. So, you say civ. Then you give it a h sound in between. H. Civil, civil, civil. Right? Now, the next word is this. So, a lot of people pronounce it as cleanser, but in fact, it is cleanser. So, you say clean first and then zer first, then cleanser, cleanser, cleanser. Yeah. Now the next word that we have is this. So how do we pronounce this? We say the correct pronunciation to this word is collaboration. So you say first collab, collab, ray, shun. So you say collaboration, 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 collaboration. Right? Then moving on, the next word that we have here is this. Right? So instead of saying colonialism, we pronounce this word as colonialism. Colonialism. Lism. Sound in between. So you say, in fact, you say first. Lo. Ni. Lism. So you say colonialism, 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 colonialism. Haha. So yeah, colonialism. Right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do we pronounce this word? Instead of saying comedian, you say comedian, 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 comedian. So you say first me, you say me, then d, then you say comedian, 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 comedian. Yeah. Then the next word that we have here is this. So how do we pronounce this? Again, you got to give k sound to it. Instead of saying commodity, you say commodity. K, you say k mo di commodity, commodity, commodity. Yeah. Now the next word that we have is this. Now, so how do we pronounce this? Again, instead of saying complacency, complacency, something like this, you say complacency, complacency. So you say k first, k, come, play, sun, see. So you say complacency, 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 complacency. Right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this word? Instead of saying congratulations or something like this, it's congratulation, congratulation, congratulation. So how do you say this? You say k first, raj, ju, lay, shan, congratulation, 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 right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do you say this? Creature. So instead of saying creature, you say creature, 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 right? Then moving on, the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this word? Crocodile. Crocodile? No, not like that. Croc. So you say croc first. Croc. Dial. Crocodile. 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 Right? Then the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this word? You say, instead of saying cucumber, you say cucumber or something like this. The correct pronunciation is cucumber. Cucumber. So it's cucumber. 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 Now let's look at another word. The next word is this. Now how do we pronounce this word generally? Debris, but in fact it is debris. So you say first de, and then you say brie, debris, debris, right? Now the next word that we have here is this. This is correctly pronounced as descent, descent, descent. So you say descent, 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 descent. Then we have this word. So you say decimal, decimal, decimal. So you say des, instead of saying decimal, so you bring some sound to it in between. So you say decimal, decimal, right? Then the next word that we have here is this, right? So a lot of people maybe will pronounce it as decipher or something like this, but the correct pronunciation of this word is decipher, decipher. So you say di first, then you say sigh, then you say fur, decipher, 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 right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So a lot of people pronounce this as demography or something like this, but it is demography, demography, demography. So instead of saying demography or something, say demography. So you say de first, and then you say demography, 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 right? Now let's look at another word. The next word is this, right? So how do you pronounce this? We say the correct pronunciation is deodorant, deodorant, deodorant. So you say D first, O then der, and deodorant, deodorant, deodorant. Instead of saying deodorant or something like that, say deodorant, 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 right? Now the next word that we have here is this, right? So instead of saying depot or depot, the correct pronunciation is depot, depot. So you will say D first, and then you say po, depot, depot, right? Then Next word is this, right? So you say descent, descent, instead of saying descent or descent, right? You say d first, and then you say scent, descent, 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 right? Now next word is this. So instead of saying detonate, you say detonate, detonate, you bring sound to it, detonate, detonate, right? Next word that we have here is this. So you say developer, developer, developer. So you say de first, then you say well, then well, developer, 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 right? Then the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this? Devotee, devotee. So you bring a sound to it in between. So you say d okay, so you say div t, devotee, devotee, devo. So you bring w sound in between. So you say devotee, devotee, right? Instead of saying devotee, you say devotee, devotee, right? Then the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this word? You say diplomacy, diplomacy. So you say di first, yeah, diplomacy, 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 right? Now moving on, the next word that we have here is this, right? So how do you pronounce this word? You bring a sound in between, diplomatic, diplomatic. So you say dip first, right? Then you say dip first, and then you say diplomatic, 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 right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do we pronounce this? Divisive, divisive, divisive. So you say di first, divisive, 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 right? Instead of saying divisive, something like that, you say divisive, 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 right? So you bring e sound in between, divisive, divisive. Then the next word is this. Very easy. You say domestic. Instead of saying domestic, it's duh. You say duh, domestic, domestic, right? Now the next word that we have here is this. Now this is not drought or something like that, it's draft. You say simply draft, draft, right? Now another mispronounced word, very commonly mispronounced word, is this. So it's not drought, it's drought. So you say out, out. So you say out, drought, drought, right? Now moving on, the next word that we have here, it's not eccentric, it's eccentric. So you say egg first, and then you say sen, then you say trick, eccentric, 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 right? Then the next word is this. It's not echelon or something like that, it's echelon, Again, you after saying ish, you bring a sound to it. Ish, lan, ishlan, ishlan, right? Then the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this? Electron, elect. So you say eh first, eh, bring eh first, right? Eh, lek, troll, tro. You say tor first, and then ul. So you say electron, 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 right? Then the next word is this. Electrician. You say first. Electrician. Un. So you just don't say un but un. Electrician, right? Electrician. Then the next word is this. So you say eloquent, eloquent. So you say L first, and you say then you say quant, eloquent, eloquent, right? Then the next word that we have is this. So instead of saying emergency, say emergency, emergency. So you say a first, then you say mar, then you say jansi, emergency, emergency. Now next word is this. This is endeavor, right? Next word is this. So how do you pronounce this? You say envelope, you bring w sound in between, so you say envelope, envelope. Now the next word that we have is this. So how do you pronounce this? You say epitome, it's not epitome or epitome, it's bring epitome, right? Now the next word that we have is this. So you say extravaganza, so you say ik first, strav, then ganza, extravaganza. Alright, now the next word that we have is facilitate. You say facilitate, so you say for first, sil, tate, so it's facilitate, right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this? You say faux pas, instead of saying fox, pass or something like that, you say faux. So you say faux pas, right? Now moving on, the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this? February. So you say, instead of saying February or something like that, you say Feb, February, right? Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce this? Instead of saying forensic, you say forensic. You say not for, okay? Forensic. So you say forensic. So in the similar fashion, you don't say forget, you say forget. for. So you bring for to it. Forget. Forget. Right. Now the next word that we have here is this. So how do you again pronounce this? Generic. Instead of saying generic, you say generic. You say generic. Generic. Right? Now next word is this. Grenade. You say grenade. So you say gre and then you say nade. Grenade. Right? Now moving on, next word here we have is gorilla. You don't say gorilla or something, gorilla or something like that. It's gorilla. So you say go first and then rill. Gorilla. Right? Now moving on, the next word that we have is this. So how do you pronounce this? Handkerchief. It's hang. You say handkerchief. So you say hang first, okay? Hanger, and then you say car, and then you say chief, handkerchief, right? Then the next word that we have here is this. You say hazard. Instead of saying hazard or hazard, it's hazard. So you say has first and then erd. Hazard, right? Then the next word that we have here is this. So how do you pronounce heredity? Instead of saying heredity, it's ha. You say ha. So you bring ha sound to it, and then red, itty. Heredity. So you bring a little r in between. So you say hereditary. Hereditary. Right? So you bring a little r sound also, and ha, instead of saying he, you say hereditary. Right? Now moving on, the next one again is hippopotamus. Hippo. So you say hippo first, hippopotamus. Right? Next word is, again, it's not horizon or something like that, it's horizon. You again say horizon. Right? Alright, so I'll wind up today's lecture here. Thank you so much for listening. We'll meet soon next. Take care.